everybody, welcome to the Vitruvian Live. Wow, I look terrible. It's warm, I should shave. Anywho, sorry if I will be distracted sometimes. The time trial of the Tour de France is going on, and it's an exciting one, especially if you're Belgian, because first of all we had the favorite for this trial, but he fell and he didn't finish, so he's out of the Tour de France, which was sad. It was his own mistake, honestly. He cut his corner too short and he fell and didn't look all too good. But now we have another Belgian guy who is first place at this moment, but the top ranked riders still have to go, and someone just finished, I think, 24 hundredths of a second after him, so he's still number one, but it's going to be close, and it looks like there are some riders going really fast, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm glad it's weekend, folks. This was a long week, not longer than any week, but it felt longer. Short staffed because of vacations and stuff like that at work. There is some folks coming back next week, so that's good news. Great, that was great. So, what do I want to talk about? Well, customer service. And I talked about this in the past, I think when I still had the All Aboard episodes, and I had a problem with something, with a piece of a Fantasy Flight game, and I was talking about that, and was wondering how they would handle it and sort of stuff. Now, there is another one. I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to mention the name of the game, the name of the publisher, or anything. Some people of you will realize what game I'm talking about. But recently, there was this Kickstarter that I received, and other people as well, of course. And when opening the box, it was clear that the cards were quite flimsy. Which kind of surprised me, but I didn't think about it that much. I also got sleeves with that Kickstarter, and that might be a giveaway of which game I'm talking about, but still, I'm not posting this as an attack to one certain publisher. I just want to talk about customer service and to see how people feel about this. So I got sleeves, so I sleeved everything, and that's fine, I guess. But what apparently happened is, well, first there were a lot of reactions coming on Board Game Geek, asking and telling that the cards are supposed to be better quality. That was something in the Kickstarter. They gave a certain quality, it might be a stretch goal, and the cards are definitely not that quality. And a long silence of the publisher before responding. And the strangest, and then they commented very short, first on Board Game Geek, not even on the Kickstarter, that they're going to send the sleeves for free to everyone who has this problem. So you had to go to their website and enter your complaint, and you would be sent the sleeves. Now, there are two reactions, of course. One was my reaction as well. Hey, you're right, these cards are not what I want, what I paid for. Because we paid for it, right? And that's one thing. Now, I could live with that in a way, but still it was like, I didn't get the product that I paid for. So, but I thought, okay, maybe the sleeves are a good compensation, but there are some problems. I already have the sleeves, so I bought them. So should they reimburse me? And what if they, and it's a decent question, what if there will be an expansion in the future and they will be on the right card stock? Then you have different cards, then you have different weight of cards, different thickness of cards. That will be a problem, even with sleeves. So that's not really the best option, because I feel like this might be a game that will have expansions. There were already expansions in the Kickstarter as well. So So not the best thing. There was also a problem with a playmat. You could also get a playmat. Now, I didn't do that. So in my compensation, I asked if I could get the placemat as a compensation. Although it still doesn't solve my flimsy card problem and possible problems with expansions. But hey. But again, a long silence. So people were complaining, this is not what we need. We already have the sleeves. We don't want to sleeve. Some people don't like to sleeve cards. We fear about expansions having different kinds of cards. All valid, in my opinion. All valid thoughts. So after a long silence, and that was a little bit strange, they did a Kickstarter update first about shipping. That the games were arriving, and if they didn't arrive yet, we have to wait a little bit longer. They're in the process of arriving everywhere. And no mention of the problem. That was very strange, very strange. And I think I haven't seen the reactions to that post, but I can guess that people were asking, hey, but what about the problem? We don't want to know if they're arriving or when they're arriving or if everything has arrived. We don't care. We have a problem here with the quality of your product. So a couple of hours later, there was a flash update in which they said again that also the playmats had a problem apparently, and that they talked to the factory and something went wrong. So they did order the right quality of cards, but before printing they changed the paper at the factory, the people there, and so it wasn't what they asked for. They still said, we give you the sleeves, we sent you sleeves, and we sent you a playmat for free. If you have problems with that, no problem. But then again, that doesn't solve the problem. So people are asking to get the cards that they paid for, the quality of cards that they paid for. And again, a lot of comments, and then they finally responded and they said it would take months and they have to be shipped with the freighter again and this and that. But still, most people who commented, maybe there are people that don't mind and they are not commenting, but people that commented said, then we wait 6 months, but we want the product we paid for. Now, what I feel, I'm not sure. I don't know. Yes, the thing about the possible expansions, that bothers me. If the card quality will be different, that's a problem, even with sleeves. So that is going to bother me. Yes. So in that opinion, in that way, and it's very close. The one with the yellow jersey is he finishing or I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, it's just what I found astonishing is the lack of communication and that they are dodging the questions. They're dodging the questions that people have. And I can understand. I can believe there is panic in that company now. There is a panic because they have a problem. Now, if they are correct and it's the factory's fault, then they should, of course, put all the costs that come with this problem and the solution for it should be put into the hands of the factory. They should pay for it. I think so. I believe so. So just do it then, right? If and I know it's not fun and it's a lot of work, but you're playing with your image of your company, which is a big deal, especially also in board game world. If you are a publisher with a bad reputation, it's very hard. You can publish 30 great games with no problem on Kickstarter and have one bad Kickstarter, and it can ruin everything you build up in the years before that. And I know that. I know how it feels, because I was in retail for quite a bit of years, and not communicating or poor communicating, and I'm not saying that they are lying, but you should never lie to customers. But if they figure that one out, man, especially in the world where there is internet and where everybody can give their opinion on forums and other social media, it's a dangerous game. So my opinion is they have to do what the right thing, and if it's not their mistake, they really have to talk to the factory and urge them to do a reprint on the quality they ordered, because that's what they deserve as a company, and that's what we deserve as their paying customers. Now, side note before I end, because it's a long video, it's getting long, I don't want a thing like this to be the cause of a publisher to go bankrupt or something. I can imagine that this, if it was their own mistake and they'll have to pay it for themselves, what if? Then it would be very expensive, and you don't need a lot to have a financially very bad thing going on and lose a lot of money. So I don't want that to be a problem. And so it's a little bit, it's a thin line, right? But still, do the right thing. The customer is the one that's paying your bills. And also to the factory, do the right thing. The publisher is your customer. If you made a mistake, do the right thing, solve the mistake, because that's what they pay for. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't mention the title of the game if you know what it is. You probably, some of you will know if you watched my channel or heard me talk about it maybe in the past, probably. But still, let me know what you think about this issue. How would you react to this? And what do you think is a good solution? Let me know in the comments below. Have a great weekend and see you soon. Bye bye.